Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Hi, I'm Allie Elliott. Welcome to my stream. Welcome back. We've got more. First of all, tell me if that music is too loud because I'm going to turn it down up here because it seems really loud. Okay, we're back with new judging results. Marginally better than last time. I'll take it. Moving in the right direction. So, continuing at this rate, sometime in the next 40 or 50 years, they'll be in in the range that I want them in. But that being said, while I was watching judging and listening to feedback, I got some really good feedback this time. So I can move. I only entered 6, so I'll just kind of go over those results real quick to show you what happened. So this was Master Artist category. Title is 21 Came Before Me. At the ASP competition, this got a 79, as did basically everything that I entered. And this today got an 81. So I was happy with that. Everything today was about 2 points more than it was at the last competition. I only entered 6 as opposed to the 11 that I did because I'm starting to pare it down and focus on what I want to go in my case. Since I have 3 that I know that I want in my Master Artist case and 3 that I know that I want in my Photographic Open case, I focused on those this time and I just ran out of time to get the others done. They did say they thought that there were maybe too many colors. So I feel like the rainbow concept was maybe lost on them. That I feel like just needs to get in front of the right judge for them to pick up on that. So that's no big deal. They didn't mention the flowers this time, which is good. Those are intended to blend in, and those were a source of contention last time. And the most helpful bit of information that I got this time was that there is more contrast on her than there is in the balloons. So I think that's a nice subtle shift that we can handle easily in this image to take it to the next level. So I'm pretty happy with where that ended up today. I'm not going to work on that tonight. I'm going to let it sit for a few more days before I get my hands on that, just because I didn't want to rush it. Okay, this one is the dark horse of competition season spring 2022 because I entered this kind of on a whim. We shot it when I tend to go through a period where I shoot a whole bunch and then try to pare it down, and some of them I shoot with really no intention of entering them. And this was I shot this and then I just couldn't quite put the story together in my head. Well, that turned out to be maybe the best thing, as I wasn't overthinking it, because the judges really, one of the judges today said, well, they're just hitting us over the head with this concept. Which is funny because this was not fully developed as a concept, but I think that's kind of cool. So I'm letting the viewer, the judge, whoever is looking at it, write their own story, which is pretty cool. They did, they saw a lot of color shifting that I'm not able to see being colorblind. So I can go in there and try and clean that up as much as possible. I know it's got some kind of almost bruising details, which I feel like is part of the story, whatever that story is to who's looking at it. Right now it's titled Break and Stitch. That's what it was titled in the 2 competitions. I keep biting my tongue. And I wonder if just a change to like Broken and Bruised or something like that would maybe alleviate the confusion by that. But they did say that they saw some lines, and so I'm trying to find it now. Oh yeah, I see it now. Oh yeah, okay, we can clean that up. See these lines right here? There's one there, right here, and then I saw another one somewhere. Really subtle, and that's a super like split second switch. But those judges are on top of things, and notice that that's an easy switch. And I actually feel like maybe I just ought to go ahead and handle that because I want to make sure that it's something that I see before re-entering this anywhere. So I'll just take this one that's already, and I'm just gonna take, see, I totally got distracted. It is so hard to see. But just a little shift like that can kind of distract your viewer or your judge or whatever from going up in a score. So I'm going to try not to make, I can actually see it better in this screen. So I'm going to glare at you all for a second. And I saw another one over here and I'm not seeing it. Do you see it? Just a little straight line. Where are you? I know it's in there. Okay, well, so let's just save that. No, I want to save this cloud document. Save it on my computer, and then yeah, we'll just save it there. Oh, because of this. So I'm going to save it with the presentation because that's the direction it's heading. All right. And maybe to alleviate, well, okay, so I've got one more. I'm just going to go ahead and make a folder for the new ones, which is IPPG, and it's in like a week and a half. And that'll be the last spring competition that I enter these in before districts. So that's kind of a big deal. Okay, let's just get rid of that. I don't know what that noise is. Sounds like it's raining, maybe. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, I'm back. I kept hearing something and I didn't know what it was. It sounded like tapping at the windows. Well, it was because it was rain, but I just needed to make sure. Okay, so what was I doing? We talked, okay, break and stitch. So this ended up, I think with an 81. I'm gonna check. I can actually check my scores. Yeah, an 81. I was pleased with that. Not the greatest score in the world, but considering I wasn't even going to enter it, I'll take it. And I think this is earning its spot in my case for district because I like the idea of a story that doesn't have a period on it yet. A story that the viewer can kind of write their own chapters to. Because I tend to be a control freak and want to guide everything. That's what I teach when I teach visual storytelling. I teach taking out all other possibilities. So this is something different. And I like it. I'm there for it. Now we'll switch gears because this is one where I do not want to offer any distractions or side roads or anything. So I just finished this on stream last week, and this is the first competition that it made the rounds to. So this was the first set of eyes on it other than me. I was pretty pleased with it. There wasn't any discussion, so that was a little disappointing, but sometimes that can go sideways too. It got an 81. So I might just send this to some colleagues, kind of see, you know, what I can do to improve it. This will definitely be a part of my final competition before districts, which, like I said, is I think the end of next week. So I've got a little bit of time. That being said, it's a pretty full week. So I need to fit this in when I can. I can't just feel like I've got plenty of time because I did that already. So this one improved from 79. I had a whole parade of 79s. And this one today, let's see where this ended up. At an 80. So just bumped one, but I went back and listened to the feedback from the last competition because they did the next feedback the next day, and I just was not in a place that I wanted to hear it, and I had a really busy schedule. Excuses. Hi! But it did better today. Just 1 point, but it got it into the merit category. They pointed out the poor lighting, which I agree with, and I need to clean up. And then that her face was getting muddy, which I agree with, especially around her nose and stuff. So that's a pretty easy cleanup. And maybe I need to watch the perspective there with the picture frame and the table that just aren't quite matching up. That's just going to be an annoying change. So I'm putting that off as much as I can. So this one did also a little better. Basically everything today did a little bit better. This was an 80. It was a 79 last time. But what I'm really excited is while this was up on screen, I thought about adding some dancing cats down here. So I came home and snapped some pictures of my cat in the basement. So I'm going to see what I've got. That's what I'm going to work on tonight. And then this one, this was the only one that didn't get into the merit category in today's competition. And there was no discussion. Just after I entered this, I noticed that there's weirdness happening with the hair where like some of it is, some of it's in focus, some of it's out, some of it's kind of blurred, some of it's not. So I can probably work that. And I need to maybe look at coloring here because I'm thinking maybe there might be some grays in there, but that's hard for me to tell just with the naked eye. So I've got this pulled up. I feel better about where I'm at. I don't know what my final images are going to be. And actually right now I can't even right off the bat think of what my options are. This one, it just didn't get solid positive feedback by any stretch. And I'm surprised because I liked the lighting, I liked the expressions. I thought maybe the hair smoothed out would be an issue, but they didn't even mention that. They didn't like the lighting, they didn't like the composition, they didn't like the posing. So, you know, that's a lot of that's a lot of marks against us for that one. We're in this together. And then this one looks awkward. That's what they said too. I liked it because it's something different for the sisters, you know, like she's kind of protecting her and sheltering her. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't translate. Yes, we're on the same page there. This one I feel like has some potential, but I need to maybe offer some room perspective and maybe some other stuff back there. I just didn't get around to it before this. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I do redo this one, then I've got my 4 for Master Artist. And then 1, or I could redo this one. I need a public opinion here. This one or this one. And this is the comp that judges what you're going from. A lower camera angle on this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. And I have an entire series. I can go back in and see. I entered this one and one other from that series. This one. And I talked about maybe adding an arm or something, like an outstretched arm. I don't know. But I got a little overwhelmed. But between these two, in Master Artist Competition, where you're judging based on what it came from to what it is now, I know they both need work. So I just have to decide which one. I feel like this is a more developed concept. So I have more stuff that I can do. I don't actually know what I would do. I know it needs something, but I don't know what I would do to it. So I'm already leaning towards this one for now. And then, you know, I can let this one chill in my maybes folder for a while. So I'm going to look for, I still hear tapping at the window. It's a little creepy. Okay, I'm going to skip this song because I can't. I don't hear it most of the time, and then when I hear it, here we go. I need something a little more chill. Okay. So let's see if we can find some dancing kitties to add. And the cat she's not. Well, I don't actually remember. Let's see, it's been a minute. Let's look here. Let's look at one of the first ones. Oh, that's a different, that doesn't help at all. Nope, still a different one. See, I need to label things a little bit better. Maybe this is a different folder. No, it's not. Maybe I didn't save. Let's see. When I change the names in the middle of working on it, then I have a hard time finding it. Let's see. Oh, and I've got another possibility. This is one that just went through, and I know it's got some color issues, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to fix those. It's almost like I have to start from scratch. But her little face, they suggested maybe cropping it vertically. Maybe, but I like oh, the muscles in her arms. Well, she's 8. I agree. There's something there that she needs, but I feel like that in her legs too, because when she's dancing, it doesn't look like how you picture dancer legs where they've got some weight to them. And I think that's what's hard about these little bitty girls who are just learning to hold their weight like that. It doesn't show the way it does in the older. Let's see, does she have any, is there any? I don't think she was holding a cat, but now I don't remember how the cat was posed. No, she's not holding any weight. Well, that's an easy enough fix. If I can find, I can't find anything that I've been, what did I call that? Oh, dance, there it is. Okay. Oh, I've got these all mixed up. Let's see. She was, okay, so she was holding the cat just weirdly. So she wasn't, oh, you know what though? I like, I'm gonna grab that real quick because I like the fur all wild. She's got kind of long hair and it doesn't show up. 1882. Now I have to find this again. Another thing that they said about this one was that it looked like she and the cat were treated differently. And I just I don't work with animals very often, so I don't know, you know, with children, you want like nice, smooth, creamy skin like they tend to have. And I don't know, because I want the cat to have texture and buzz and all that good stuff. Now, I just was looking at that dance. Okay, and 1882. No, that's all right. Okay, so I made the cat a little bit smaller, because just because that's what I did. All right, so we can grab. Why is that not the same picture? Did I grab the wrong one? Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Okay. So I could grab some of this fur and make, you know, her a little fluffier, and even maybe from that tail. I did change the color of the cat. Nobody said anything about that. I feel like it's really obvious, but nobody has mentioned that yet, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Oh, there, that might be the actual cat picture. She doesn't, our cat does not change expressions very often. I don't know if that's a cat thing. We're new to having cats. She had a wind machine on. She's not liking her Beyonce moment. Okay, let's see here. So I put these in the wrong place because I thought they were all the... All right, let's just move these back. I shot them in our basement, so, you know, with just an ice light. Let's move these into Dance of the Kitties. I feel like that is a more dynamic one. I guess I might consider a different crop. Huh. I love studio lighting. What kind of a strip? Like a full body strip softbox, or? There was a CGI entry today that was really, really cool. It scored really well too. It was called something like Dante's Lake of Ice or something like that. All right, let's look at my photogenic cat. We're bribing her. Okay, I like that face, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Oh, centimeters. I don't use centimeters. I'm resistant to change. 5166. I like, see, I'm gonna like all these. That looks a little soft though. I mean, it was definitely, dang, okay, I'm gonna keep that one too. Oh my gosh, I like that too. This is gonna be hard. It's gonna come down to which has more clarity. Cats are funny, man. I didn't know that. That's not quite doing it. That's kind of funny too. Okay. That's got decent amount of clarity for what we need. Her whiskers are going to be the issue. gosh, those are funny. All right. This has totally re-inspired my work ethic for if that's sharp. No, not really. Posing. No, I don't know. I'd like some feedback here. What should I do with the collar? Do I just take it out? She's got a collar in this one. I don't necessarily want it to look like the same cat, but real similar. So I'm kind of leaning towards taking it out. I like this cat's, just the head. Okay. $51.99. Oh wait, do we like that one better though? I like that one better because I can see her face. Oh, look at that face though. She's crazy eyes. Okay, wait, maybe it's that one. It's basically the same picture. So we'll move on. We just need a little, oh man, that one's soft. Otherwise, I like the pose. It's hard in a dark basement, which is a nice light. So, you know, if I'm not getting what I need out of this, I can always grab my studio lights and bring them home or I can take the cat to the studio, which is what we did before. Not hoping to do that again, but you know, sometimes that's what it takes. Let's see. There's something I don't know what's happening there, so. She's very dramatic. Oh, I like that curly tail. Well, yeah, we'll hold on to that for the curly tail. We might just piece some kitties together too. 52. Oh, I like that. That's a little soft. I can see how that would be difficult. Especially, I feel confident that I could not do it, you know, given my coloring site limitations. Okay, let's see. I think we need 3 cats. So, that one I feel like has to be involved. Oh, you know what? Let's keep looking because I'm pretty sure there's a thriller dance in here. 52, 57. Let's see here. What are the color? What's the skin color and the colored light? I'm curious. This cat. Not very graceful. Her form is poor. And she's over it. There she goes, getting some height. I like the bottom. If that's got any clarity, that's pretty noisy. She's chasing a marker too. That I like. 52, 82. wish I had gotten her. Oh, her little face in that one is pretty sweet. Her mouth open. Our cat doesn't give a lot of expressions. There we go. Most of her skin is red and white and blue. How patriotic. Red is, I'm red-green colorblind, so I would start with that. I just don't see the difference in red and green. Five, 3, 18. Okay, we're starting to run out of options. We've got some. Now that looks pretty crisp, and as far as these pictures are gonna be, oh, that does too. Okay, we'll just leave that then. Okay, that's basically perfect. I watch Star Wars. I sleep through Star Wars and I go to Disney World. So I probably couldn't answer questions about Star Wars, but I know the basics. I've sat through them all. Okay, gosh, now I don't know which I want. Definitely that one. I think I'll keep going. Just, oh, I don't know though. I really like that one. Oh, okay, I don't know that, but my kids would. I don't know how to pronounce it either. Okay, now I'm gonna, let me see if I recognize it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be, what color is the light that you're working with? Because that would be difficult, except on the white. That I could do. $53.21. Oh my gosh, this kitty and her posing is cracking me up. That one's a little too blown out by the light. She did a good job. There you go. The old cyan magenta combo. Okay, I think this is all of them, and then, you know, she had to get in on that. All right, so let's pull just we'll narrow it down to like 18. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna keep the fur, and I'm just gonna circle with my lasso tool what it is that I like out of each image, so that when I'm going through, it's not confusing to me. All right, 65, 67. Where are we at? All right, 65, 67, 69, 77, and then my eyes are itchy. Okay, and then 5,200. $51.99. $52.50 and 57. What did I just say? 52. 50, I think. Oh, the curly tail. 50, 57, 81, 17. And then 20. Okay, so I've got some good options. We might be piecing a cat together here. Okay, so I like the legs here. So I don't think the rest will work just because you can't see her face. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Historically, I do not do well with fun, silly images. I do best with kind of depressing, grief-centered images. But I've gotten a few silly ones in there. I don't know why I just did that. So we could almost use just that cat as is. And then I want the cats kind of playing with the tool, batting at it. So I don't know if we'll use that one. I don't actually remember why I picked that, but keep it small. I think it's probably going to be kind of obvious that it's the same cat. And I'm mostly okay with that because I don't have another cat to use. My sister has farm cats I could probably chase around for a while, but all right, so we've got 2 headless cats. That body shape though is perfect. My eyes are burning tonight. Do we want this whole cat or just the tail? I think just the tail. There we go. And I think this was for her face, but I actually feel like, yeah, I like that other one better. Oh, I do like that one though. Let's see. She looks kind of crazed. Crazy dancing kitty. But her head would be spun around the wrong way. Poltergeist. Okay, not poltergeist, exorcist. I do like that one too though. We might end up with a lot more kitties if I can't narrow it down. There's a little penguin she ate. That's a fun. And because these cats are going to be like deep in the shadows, I feel like there's an opportunity there for some really cool light plays. That one's a little fuzzy. Given that we've got other options, I'll just... I like this one better. I'm going to close these because there's so many open. There we go. Oh, okay. We might have to go back in there since we've got some headless kitties still. Oh, and this one, we've got a head and we've got legs, but we've got no arms, that could be an issue. I don't know though. Maybe they wouldn't notice. I like this one as is. I think I prefer this one over this one. And then we don't have the no arm kitty scenario happening. So this one could go here. I'd be sad not to use that one though. Oh, the lighting. Oh, that's good to have a composite friend that you can call on. It's very key. I'm gonna leave that kitty whole. Maybe that one. I kind of like the idea of not a ton of faces. Yeah, that's good. That's good to have a... I've got a few that I can call on and help with. Not composites in particular, just... I think I can make that work. Because I think what I'm going to do is move this one over here into the light, and then we can kind of visually explain that face. I've never gotten a creative live course. I know there's a lot on there though. Okay, so now the not fun part of starting to piece these together. Okay, I've got 4. I wasn't gonna do 4. So it might be starting on them and deciding from there which ones are gonna work the best. Oh, wait, let's see here. Okay, so, okay, so we'll start with this kitty. This is gonna be the boring part, so let's hope that the next music is entertaining. I've got it on Surprise Me. So I'm gonna duplicate just in case I have to start, you know, in case I get crazy. Now it's really raining. It was so windy yesterday, it was crazy. I like that though when I'm just getting ready to go to sleep and the wind is just... Man, I wish there was a quicker, well, I don't know. Let's do this. Nice. I'm on location tomorrow, so I am hopeful for nice weather. And then I'm on location at the beginning of the afternoon and then in the studio. You got a macro shot with a bee on your finger. What length was your lens? Because I feel like that would be pretty intense. I can't tell if that's a foot or not. I feel like it might be a foot. I just cut off her foot. Okay. There was a lot of macro You should have entered that competition from today. It was the PPA of Pennsylvania, and it was mostly nature. There were some macro. There were some. Whoops! I just dusted off my stylus or my. You don't have to be a member. This was just guild. I'm not a member of that. I'm not actually a member of any of the local guilds. I speak at them, but I'm not even a member of my own. And it's just like $5 more, I think. Oh, you know what? Why am I even doing this? Because I'm gonna get rid of that. I feel like a lot of people are either active in PPA on a national level or on the local level. There's a small group that does both. And statistically, I don't know if that's right or not, but it feels right. Man, fur is like, it's a different ballgame. So I feel like with these cats being shot so noisy, I'm gonna have to retreat the main cat so that it's not quite so crisp, because that was one of they said that the cat was more crisp than the girl, and I was afraid it would come off the other way because, you know, cats have fur. Little girls don't. So I maybe overcorrected on the clarity. So I've got this weird bounce light right there that I might need to. It's Sunday and I've been mixed up on my days of the week for like 2 weeks now. And then next week is daylight savings. So it's gonna take me 6 months to recover. And thank you, by the way, for your help with the raid the other night. That was pretty cool. Okay, so I'll go in with the lower opacity later. I thought maybe the gray wall would help. You know, it would be a little easier to blend, but it's just so deep. This was already burned down so deep that it's just not. So I might have to rethink my title for this. Just to make it plural. All right, so, whoops. Okay. Well, if you don't enjoy them, then don't enter them, but I get so much out of them. So I think I might just take the collar off completely and see. Okay. Well, 1 or 2 a year is not 0. So that's something. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I would enter. I got aggravated with myself last year because I entered too many and I kind of got sick of my work by the time it was all said and done. And the whole purpose was to do well on my main competitions, which are the PPA district and international photographic, and then I did really, really well. I like judging in a panel. I don't like judging when it's just me. Well, I wouldn't even say I don't like. I prefer it not being just me. Because I know personally I'm always going to be biased to the stuff that I shoot. That's why I shoot it, because I like it. Okay, now these whiskers are going to be an issue. Her little fuzzy ears. I'm just going to leave the whiskers for right now. Hey, take it easy. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. This is the tedious part again. I say that about every third stream because of where I'm at in the year. But hopefully it'll all pay off and I gotta skip this. Can't do it. Okay. All right. I wanted to get a fair amount done because I have a full schedule tomorrow. Shooting, and then of course I'll have to shoot and then edit. Those will be, tomorrow will both be an immediate turnaround though. So it's not like I've got a ton on, but I know I won't get there tomorrow and I know I won't get there Tuesday. So my next option is Wednesday, and then with my next competition being next week, I want to make sure that I'm not entering anything just to throw something in there, because that's not really there's nothing to gain from these if I don't feel like I'm entering my best. I think I'm just gonna erase these whiskers and draw them back on. So, because I learned my lesson with those balloon strings. And I'm gonna go ahead and save a copy because I don't want to have to go through all of those cat pictures again and pick out cat pieces. Again with the ums, man. I'm tired. All right, and they did notice some weirdness with her feet. I agree. I don't know, I feel like feet look weird when they're on point like that. It's not me, it's just feet. In general, especially the little girls. Little girls have like so on this kitty's layer, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a pencil and not like that though, that was terrible. A little more than that. That's kind of awful. Okay. So let's go a little smaller. And then I'm gonna grab my smudge tool. Where's she at? And just like blend those a little bit because there's weirdness. She's got a weird head shape right now too. Okay, so let's see. Let's warp and just make sure that, there we go. So, there we go. Okay. We'll merge those layers and save. Okay. So I don't love the light yet. First of all, there's like a weird reflection down here. We'll probably get rid of that. But right now we're just piecing it in. Okay. Did we get that one in there? And we did not get that one in there. Okay, let's do this then. Sugar Plum Kitty in progress. Oh my gosh. You know what? Like, I know it's not good, but I can start to see the potential happening and I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm going to grab this kitty's crazy fur and give her some texture. I think it's interesting though that they said that that the kitty was sharper than her, because you can see that she's got a ton of detail. She's sharpened in the face. So somehow that wasn't translating to the judges. Looking at them in here like this, they feel like they're compatible. Obviously, you know, that wasn't working today. Okay, let's see. So I already like this fuzzy situation that's happening right here. I'm kind of crazy about it. First, I'm gonna treat it how I know I treated everything else. Sharpen, reduce noise, and then I'm gonna match the color. And this is gonna be a little bit different because I did a color shift on the cat. So, it's not gonna match perfectly, but you know what? Cats don't have uniform hair color. That's what we're going with. So let's see, we're gonna take this to 100 because I have a tendency to leave harsh there's a fair amount of detail in there. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm happy with the Okay, so I'm just gonna try to like give her edge some like, maybe this is what they're talking about where she's got sharper edge. I don't love that. She's looking like a little too disheveled. Well, you know what, we can always let's see. If we look at it overall, yeah, it's a little contrived now. All that work. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Let's go back to dancing kitties. We've got to pick, I feel like 3 plus the one she's holding is a solid. And I'm kind of thinking, I wonder if this is the only face we see. So this cat that I just worked on, it goes away. Because this one no face, this one no face, and this one's kind of a, like almost a profile. And I think I like that. Let's see. Kitty, camera, right. And then we're gonna hide. Okay, let's start with this guy. Okay, and we'll do the same thing and just kind of get rid of these big chunks. And this might be another scenario where we just erase it and then draw in some whiskers. Okay. So I might leave the collar, but just take the buckle out. So it's just kind of a, you know, a hinted to collar. Okay. So I'm not talking much during this process because there's a lot I talked about. You know, when I get to a fuzzier spot, I might take a lower opacity, like a 30% or whatever, and go over it lightly so that, you know, I'm giving some dimension. But other than that, I'm just going along with a small pixel brush and not super, I'm using my stylus so that I'm not having real straight, unnatural lines. And try and keep any haloing from happening. If you have a better title for this piece, I would super appreciate it. Right now it is Sugar Plum Fairies. I'm kind of thinking with the addition of the Dancing Cats, it's going to be Dance of the Sugar... No, I'm sorry, it was Sugar Plum Kitty. I don't know if that's what I said. But I'm thinking it might be Dance of the Sugar Plum Kitties. There were several cat pictures in the comp today. Okay, this little fuzzy. This is going to be really fun to get in there and highlight, dodge, and burn all these little fuzzy spots. So this is an area where I will definitely come in at different opacities and just create an illusion of different layers of fur. It's after 10 o'clock already, and I'm not gonna feel like I got much accomplished today, but I've got 6 solid starts for my main comp, and 6 out of 8. 4 for Master Artist, 4 for Photographic Open. And then I've got so many concepts that I want to work on. I'm hoping that since I'm streaming now, I will just keep creating whether I've got a comp coming up or not, and then when comp time arrives, I've already got stuff done. So then I can refine based on the competition that I'm entering. That would be my greatest hope. But I was pretty pleased with today's results in comparison with last week's. Was that last week? That might be 2 weeks ago. Maybe last week. I don't know. It's been a long haul. You know what? I'm gonna definitely add a tail here. So I'm just gonna chop this one right off. I was covering up my microphone. I assume you can still hear me, or you don't want to. Either way, I'm on board with whatever. I usually don't have work on Mondays, and I have a bunch of stuff tomorrow. So spring is coming up. That's how you know. All right, so I'm going to definitely take care of this edge, but not worry about getting right on the feet because this is going to be a shadowed part anyway. So that might kind of this natural shadow under her feet in the guide image might help weight her down a little bit visually. Oops. It's weird. I think feet are shaped like that. There we go. What's everybody doing tonight? Prepping for Monday. Whoops. Chopping off kitty fur that you're gonna need. I'm trying to go with just kind of a jagged edge, just right where that fur is gonna need some texture, especially on this high noise image that we're working with. That's blown right there. So this is one that I can come along with a lower opacity and give Kitty some depth. It does help having music, even if I don't know the music. And I can't actually hear it very well. Every once in a while it gets loud enough that I can hear. But I'm trying, I don't want to yell at you. So this, her fur, because of the shape of her body, is kind of, and this, you can see up here, is super blown out. So I'm gonna have to patch her fur there. Because we definitely don't want any technical ridiculousness to take away from the pure artistry that is dancing kitties. My daughter would be thoroughly offended if I gave her kitty anything other than star treatment. So that's what we're gonna do. And she was actually a pretty good sport as far as cats go. The second time anyway. The first time we took her into my studio and she was just like crazy. Oh yeah, that's pretty blown out. We can fix that. I think this will be a really fun addition. Oh my gosh, I just got really sleepy. Wow. It's this. It would be weirdly satisfying if I wasn't the one working on it. The satisfying part is when I'm done, when I'm the one working on it. I'll just kind of leave a hint of those. Okay, so I'm gonna save it. Okay, and now I'm gonna go with a little bit of a bigger brush. Just, I mean, it's a lot bigger than it was, but it's twice the size it was actually, but it is still 9. So I'm trying to just keep in the direction. Oops, I'll take that off. Okay, a little bit bigger and then a little bit lower opacity. Whoops, not 2% though, like 20. There we go. Okay, and then let's go a little bit smaller so we can just kind of and we're gonna add tail there too, so we can kind of keep in mind. All right, so that is at least a good, we had a tail somewhere, right? We've got like a curly tail. Okay, there's that one. That's the cat that, that's that. That's the cat. Wait, is that the cat? Same cat, different picture. There it is. Okay. And then we'll flip it and use it over here. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll use it over here because of the light pattern on it. And it kind of makes a little heart. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go back to 100% and I'm not gonna just delete because there's a really good possibility that this is leaving kind of an edge. idea like this. I wish I could just fast forward through the part that's gonna suck and take forever. Here is your life hack for today. If your picture does not perform as well as you would like in competition, you're gonna wanna add a cat to it. So now you know the secret to life. Actually, that might be a solid life hack in general. If there is a problem, just add a cat. I didn't know this. I was a dog person. I'm still a dog person. I love dogs. I love my little puggle. So you can add a dog or a cat. Add your animal of choice. I'm like going to the beat. Okay, I like what's going on here. Whoop, that was weird though. Nope, I'm too big. Okay, so let's kitty tail and then merge those puppies. Okay, so we have our first dancing cat. I am a fan. I'm on board with this. So first thing I'm going to do is duplicate this layer so that when I do you know what I'm talking about. When I do this is looking up cat. So that when I do shadows, stuff like that, it's easy to go back if I need to. So I'm going to sharpen and then reduce noise. And then I'm going to duplicate the looking up cat and do color. Nope, do color. And then it needs to be warmed up after I've kind of drained it of color. And then I'm going to go into hue and saturation and take my yellows and darken those a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this background layer and put a little weight at the bottom. Okay, and then I'll go a little bit bigger. And just kind of let's go in there and see. I'm going to duplicate that too because I like what we've got so far. So I was afraid that we would have to do something about the texture being lost. And then I'll just run it over the creases of her mouth like she's got makeup on. And then I'm gonna run this a little bit bigger. So they want everything kind of treated similarly, which is not a surprise. I just thought maybe it was. Okay, and then let's dodge with like a smaller brush. Just smaller than that. Now, since the kitty's on a different layer, I can just be a little bit sloppy. And then what I also might do is grab a piece of this. Nope. Uh-oh, okay, my mouse is gonna get weird. I hate it when it does this. Let's see if we can warp this down. Okay, it's not gonna cooperate. I don't know what's happening up here. Come on now. We'll just wait here for a little bit. Got nothing but time. Photoshop. You just take your time. Okay, let's try again. What is happening? So it's something specifically with the warp tool, it seems like. Okay, that doesn't help. Let's see. This is behind something. What's happening? Anyway, what I'm going to do, if warp tool ever works, is bring some of this tool down and just put just a little touch of it over the kitten's hand and kind of maybe play with the little depth, the little front and back kind of thing. And I might have her just kind of flex her arm, like hold something really heavy, just so I can see what her muscle structure looks like when it's stressed, because she's 8, so you know she doesn't show a lot of stress in her body, but this is really annoying me. Oh, that's helpful. Okay, if that is how Photoshop is going to be, then I'm going to be done for tonight, because that's ridiculous. Okay, let's see if it's my mouse or if it's... Okay, it's my mouse. That's annoying. Where is my kitty? Okay. Oh, she's gonna work for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that hard line there because it's a hard bottom of the tool. So I like the depth that that is offering right now. I might see about just getting a harder edge right there too. Okay. Okay, so let's save that. That kitty is looking a little bit yellow as opposed to the kitty in her arm who's looking very white. So that's probably something we'll have to address. I don't mind the yellow. I think because of the tones of the image, it's working. But I don't know that the kitties being different helps. I don't know what's happening right now. What's happening with, yeah, so the color. All right. All right, so let's work on so I like what's happening so far. That is probably gonna need, kitty needs its head flipped backwards. And to be much smaller. Okay, that's the tool. So we'll put those together. And this will maybe just offer a little depth that we're lacking. So this is tool over cat paw. And then what do we have over here? Let's see, camera left, kitty, and middle kitty. And I'll just go ahead and assume that we're not going to use the other one. Okay, so this one needs to come up further, and I think probably needs to be bigger. Okay, here we go. What time is it? You doing okay? I'm just gonna, maybe, I probably won't even get this kitty cut all the way out because it's late. But I wanted to get something done just to see if this idea was worth pursuing. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm getting too tired. I'm gonna start getting sloppy. But this kind of offers the new layout that we're gonna have. And definitely there's some color working that, or not color working, there's some shadow, light, texture, there's all kinds of things we need to work on in here, but I think it's got the potential to be a really dynamic photograph. And I want to put that kitty's head on its body. Because we can't just have a headless kitty dancing around. Now this one kind of lurking into the shadows, I think is cool. I'm cool with that. Okay, so let's bring this down here. So there we go, and then we'll make this kitty a little bit bigger. There we go, and just for the layout. Oops. Sorry about that. All right, so I was picturing them all kind of on the same plane that she is, just right in line, which would explain depth of field. But I also like the idea of the kitty kind of back in the shadows, which would make that kitty ending up smaller. I think what I might do instead is bring this whole side of the image down so it's kind of anchoring. I'm going to do that. Oh, and it's going to mess with my... This is why I hate presentation. This isn't why. I have a lot of reasons to hate presentation. This is one of them. No, I take that back. I'm going to do this a little differently. Let's just warp. Okay, and then I can make sure that this is all well blended. I don't want any of those hard lines that snuck in. That was one of the things that was noticed. Okay, so all right, that evens out my horizon line, and then I can so this kitty and its head can move down here, and that kind of creates shape. I really want to get this done because now I've got one competition left. I'm going to take a look at when that deadline is, because I'm going to do with this one just like I did with Home for the Holidays. I never remember my passwords. Okay. All right. Hang tight here. Oh my gosh, come on. I am trying to reset a password. There we go. Okay, so let's check out March 18th at noon. So a week from Friday. All right, that's, I mean, it sounds like it would be plenty of time. Given my track record the last couple weeks, maybe it's going to be tight. And given my schedule that I'm coming up to, it's going to be something that I need to make a conscious effort, especially with this that's got some intricacies. That being said, I really am, I'm really liking where this is heading. This is got the potential to be a nice dynamic image. So I'm trying to decide if I want to first of all, let's see where we saved this so that I can find it, because I've got a million. Okay, so it's just out there in spring comp possibilities. All right. You know, if I would have thought about it, I would have gotten an orange cat. Because it just goes with the color schemes that I choose. But, you know, she's got a good little face. Okay. And it's not terribly obvious that it's the same cat. The tail might give it away, so it might be worth changing up the tail and making one of the tail, you know, have some white patches on it, or you know, whatever, something like that. And I don't know how I feel about this. Do I want this kitty a little bigger? No. I think these seem so much bigger because I haven't cut them out yet. Okay, so maybe I just start that real quick. I'm hoping to be back every single day this week. But again, like, my schedule tomorrow is crazy. So it might just be that I hop on late and can get an hour and a half or so, rather than some of the longer editing marathon type things that I've done in the past. All right, so I'm kind of trying to hurry, but also I think that this is going to be just as effective, because this is kind of giving the illusion of a lower opacity closer to the skin, and then of course doubling down on the kind of background that's further away. And then this is just a real loose cutout. And I'll have to figure, I think I'm probably just gonna end up, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to duplicate this kitty before I get to the point of no return. Okay, and it is, what is today? March 6th. So this is probably a tail that I might consider, you know what, this is a big enough chunk that I don't have to worry about any little ghosting trails or anything. All right. Okay. This is kind of hard to see. It's very noisy, not ideal. This almost should have been a master artist just because it's been a lot more editing work than I anticipated. That's kind of what happened with So You'll Remember as well. But I've got a full master artist case and not a full photographic open, which theoretically open should be more simple and historically less time consuming, unless you are me who likes to make things overly complicated. And here we are. I'm really excited about this Twitch situation because it's going to drive me to continue my personal projects that tend to take a long time and take a back seat to my paying work, which, I mean, that's the way it should be, but which I love my paying work too for a multitude of reasons. But I also really want to encourage clients and clients down the road to come to me for concept shoots, storytelling shoots, where you just tell me your story and I'll take it from there. You don't have to come up with the plan, anything like that, but I can help tell your story. And I've gotten to do that in the last few years, especially because people have come to me and trusted me with that, and that is just incredible. I could not possibly love my job more. I know that sounds super cheesy, but it's absolutely true. So I don't know if her whiskers were just at a weird angle where they were hidden, or if I chopped them accidentally. I do not recall that. But either way, they're gone. Okay, so now you can see the difference in the time that I took on the cat on the left and the time that I did not take on the cat on the right, and that is pretty well defined difference. So okay, we're gonna work on this kitty a little bit more, but not today, because I've got to do the fun part real quick. All right, and then I gotta remember how Kitty got where she is today. this is gonna take some more intense editing than I realized, but I like that. That's a fun surprise. Nope, that's too much. Music's keeping me company. Everybody's quiet tonight. Oh, see, I've got these little trails. There, now that I messed with that color, you can kind of see. Okay, and then we'll go back here. Oh no, that was too much. Merge those and duplicate that. And then save. And then let's and then we'll go a little bigger. Okay. Ooh, it's coming together. I'll be anxious to get this in front of a judging panel and see how it does. Because generally the first run through is where I have to be able to shake the emotions that I'm excited about. Get rid of that so that I can welcome in the critique and work on, you know, what needs to happen. Now, when this is all said and done, when I cut out the third one, I'm going to group the cats together, make a copy, and then another copy so that I can play with the light. And I might play with the light of the whole image just to kind of bring it all, because we've got this really strong almost spotlight, but then on her face it's coming from the front 45 degrees, but for the cats it's going to be kind of feathered across this, you know, back behind this one, in front of this one. So it needs to be some overall lighting gradients to tie them together and then tie them into her. So I'm probably gonna have to go into the cat she's holding and warm her up a little bit, just so that they match and so that it's in the same color tone as the rest of the image. Because this cat is lit beautifully. These cats were not. They were lit, you know, high noise, dark basement, but the end game will be the same. Hopefully, that's the plan. So I'm going to save this for now. Oh, I already saved it. So I'm going to pause where I'm at now and come back tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, and get this going in the right direction so that I can walk away from it for a few days and then come back and pick up some things that need to be worked on. So if you've got titles, share them with me. Please follow me on here, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. It is greatly appreciated. And we will be back in the competition game hopefully tomorrow, but I know I've got a really full schedule tomorrow and Tuesday. At least one of those days I'll be back because deadlines do not care if I'm busy. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Bye.
That's why you my mommy. Please.